What do you want me to say? Something about your show?
I shit on myself in the womb.
Stop, Phil.
You fucking stink.
You know what? Fuck this.
Because it's Hollingsworth, but it's worth less.
I don't want to hear about whatever you have to say.
The worthless of the week.
Yeah. Hey, you just gonna sit up there the whole time?
It's a fucking Phil Fox scorpion. It's a move, man. You fucking dummy. Ugh. Then what the fuck? How is it racist? Black people.
Oh, God. Oh, shoot me now, dude. Just shoot me now.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the HollingsWorthless program. As always, I'm one of your hosts, Big Irish J. Hollingsworth, and we have the Hooligoons. The Fab Four is back. The Four Tops. Well, Sean might be a bottom. Couldn't help it. We have, as usual, we have Sean the Mechanable McCann.
Thanks for having me back on the show. And yes, I am going to talk about Hannah Gadsby.
Yes, we have Manny. I think you're.
I'm freezing.
No, your stuff's also not going through your mic. But we have the Coco co-host, the Coco Caliente, the Black Don Juan, Big Daddy Manulus.
Here comes the racist part.
Martin Junior.
¿Cómo estás? Bien, gracias. ¿Y tú?
How's that racist?
And we have the super Jaime, touch me in my Jaime. I don't do. What's the one I have for Tyler? What is it?
Oh no, don't do that one.
The resident racist. What is it?
Whoa.
Oh,
you can't be racist when you're a BIPOC. Come on.
Tyler, hi BS Smith, the resident Native American. We like to have all people and all walks of life representative. He checks two boxes. We won't tell you the other one. Okay, let's give a shout out to everybody that's in here. Victoria, Guyanese gal, Stefan Ward, Sandy J, San Francisco 49er girl, Patrick from Nobody Likes Onions. And I think that's it. Did Manny get kicked out of his mansion?
Yeah. I'm living in a hobo house now.
So much to cover. First of all, welcome back, Tyler. Tyler's been gone last couple of weeks. So good to have you back, brother.
Glad to be back. I had my my first POC acting gig.
Nice.
I was just going to ask you did Sean miss that? I think Sean missed that.
Yeah.
Repeat that and tell us the story, Tyler. Repeat what you just said.
I just had my first paid POC acting gig.
Saw you put that in the group chat.
I feel like I want to be
the worst part is they're
Manny, why is your camera off?
I want to be consistent. I wanted to put my mansion back. Patrick's making me feel like self-conscious. All right, hold on.
In all, honestly, dude, my mom one time said, "I really like your piano." I think she thought that was it
What
looks
a
real,
fucking
man.
great woman.
Nice catch. The worst part about what Tyler's doing, I don't know if you guys talked about, is for facial recognition of Native American people. That's what he was a model for, and so they're using 3D modeling on his face to recognize Native American people.
Oh,
and that's my ancestry, so I don't see why there's any problems.
Okay, let's not explore that too deep.
San Francisco 49er girl said, I thought he was away doing sensitivity training for all the races. Shout out to Derek for real, who's in here. So what was this, Tyler, exactly? What did you do?
So it was like a random gig I saw on Craigslist they were like hiring Indigenous American actors. And I was like, well, I just found out on Ancestry.com that I am an Indigenous American. So I signed right up and immediately got a response. Like I would say 20 minutes later, they called me up and they were like, Tyler, thank God you applied. We are like so short on Indigenous Americans and we really need one.
So what happened? So when you set up that appointment, do they like make a reservation? Or
wait, how would they have done that?
Well,
So
it really depends. No.
So, okay, hold on. So they saw you before responding. They saw your picture.
No. No.
Okay.
Absolutely not. No.
By the way, Victoria. Okay, Victoria. Victoria always has to make it about her. She's part Cherokee. We get it. Just kidding, Victoria. So by the way, I know Sean. I think Sean knows this. Do you know Kane is Blackfoot?
Yes, I do.
No, he's blackface.
Blackface.
Yeah.
Makes much more sense.
Okay, so were you doing a search on Craigslist for Indigenous people?
No, there's literally only, this is like the only listing on there for creative gigs. Like I just like cruise the creative gigs. I'm like, maybe there'll be something in comedy, and I was looking at like who's hiring male actors right now.
You gonna start doing tours with like Danny Littlejohn and all those guys?
Exactly, dude.
What up, sipping on Emeretta? Okay, so you
135th.
Yeah. so you saw this thing asking for Indigenous actors or Indigenous people acting gig.
Indigenous Americans, yeah.
There you go. And you replied to it. And then they were like, oh my God, finally we have an Indigenous American actor.
By the name of Tyler Smith.
Well, who was Joseph Smith? Oh, that was the Mormon, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
So did they at any point ask for a picture?
Nope. They were like, we need you ASAP. Like, so I applied at 1:20. They messaged me, like they called me. Like they didn't email me back. They called me. And then they asked me if I could be at the location in an hour, like literally at like 2:30.
San Francisco, read San Francisco
49er girl said, does this company also do white Jesus portraits?
Exclusively.
which funny enough, Tyler can also do that.
I did sign up for some Jesus portraits.
Okay, so you go in there.
Yeah. And it's all smiles, man. Nobody said anything. Nobody said a word. I just did the gig, and it's literally for an AI. Like it's not like it's actual acting. They just need somebody to walk around so they can use their facial recognition software. So they just have a video of me walking in a circle for like 20 minutes.
Did they have like a little meeting, like get together and like a little powwow and talk about? Oh. No, okay, let me ask you this and be honest. When you were walking in, did you have like any sweat? Like you're like, okay, here we go.
No, I didn't have any sweat. I had a full headdress on.
Jesus.
Oh, how nice is it that you can make these jokes now, Tyler?
It's really great. It's really great.
God, I can't imagine if you found out you were part black.
Oh God, I'm looking. Trust me. Yeah, we're seeing how far back ancestry goes.
Be the next Black Panther movie.
We're only 12 generations back. We've only found one Indigenous, but we're hoping for black once we get to 15.
Jesus, the name will be Tyrone Smith. Okay, what up, Sanders? Sanders in here. Okay,
Sanders.
But everything went good. Got paid. Everything, no problem.
Yeah, man. Yeah, they paid immediately.
Whoa. Are you saying that natives don't pay?
No, they paid him in booze. Let's move on.
Firewater.
I just was worried they paid him and then might have taken it back. Okay, so Jesus Christ. Okay, really quick.
Oh God.
Sorry. Oh my God. So I'm gonna real quick. I just want to give a shout out to Sandy J and Carla, who I don't see Carla in here yet, but Sandy J and Carla came to my shows in Phoenix at Stir Crazy Comedy Club. The show that they were at was the only one that somebody got kicked out, and it was a lady that wrote a Yelp review afterwards, and I want to read you the Yelp review.
Oh, fun.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What'd she get kicked out? Give us the setup first.
Sure.
What happened?
Perfect. So yeah, PC Manny. Yeah, maybe you should do the really quick on.
On the natives. Yeah, we just want to say here on
natives.
Because they are native towards this land. You know what? They are native to this land. They were here before everybody else. They deserve respect. They didn't take anything back. It was theirs first. God damn it! Before they were given smallpox by the whites, which we've all had a problem with lately. Yeah, I'm gonna let Shock do that.
And keep fighting the good fight.
Keep fighting the good fight.
So I was probably maybe a third of into my set, and I was doing the joke about the fat 8, and I was talking about dating. I was like, I can't date a 21-year-old, or not that a 21-year-old talked to me. And she said something like, "Yeah, they wouldn't," or something like that. And I was like, "What?" And then she fucking was dead silent, and I was like, "Oh, you don't want to say nothing when it's quiet." Then she stood up, and she was hammered, so a lot of the shit was just gibberish. But the thing she kept repeating as she would stand up is, "I paid a lot of money. Make me laugh. Make me laugh." And I'm like, I mean, I'm having a good set. Sandy can, talk on that, but everybody's having a good time. And so what this is in Glendale, Arizona.
Okay.
So I say something, she sits down.
Could you imagine this same scenario in like a strip club? Just like, I paid a lot of money. Somebody make me come. What the fuck?
Or laugh.
Or laugh. Yeah.
I was stripping. Yeah. Okay. So she sits down. That was the first time. She sits down. I start to go in the bit again. She talks again. So I start going in on her again. She stands up again, saying, "Make me laugh. Make me laugh." At this point, I think it was on the second time, security comes over, 2 of the staff, and they're looking at me, and I'm thinking that she's calmed down finally. So I was like, I think she's okay. And so they leave. She sits back down again. I start again. She interrupts again. So finally, at this point, at one point I called her a Karen, and she goes, "My name's not Karen." I go, "No, but I'm sure it starts with a K sound." But then she got kicked out. So she got kicked out. Immediately wrote a Yelp review. I'm going to read you what she said in her Yelp review and what Tom. Go ahead.
Before you go, I just want to give you just quickly though that if you guys ever, this is what I do when I run into this on stage. I usually do this thing like, I don't go to the McDonald's drive-through and tell you how to do your job. It slays. It cuts right through the shit. It's super impactful. So put that in your back pocket.
Wait, and then
just
just
like
one
reading
question.
off a drive-through at McDonald's.
Jesus. Let me just ask you this. What row was she in? Was she like front row, or was she like a few rows
It was
back?
like second row off to the left.
Okay.
Okay, so here now, and you guys know my act, you know my sense of humor. So when you hear this critique, wait till you hear this. Okay. She's listed as Laura Smith. So maybe she's related to you, Tyler. I don't know. Maybe she's Native American.
Maybe she's indigenous.
Yeah, those Smiths. So, all right, here he goes. This was at 10:54 p.m. So right after she left. "I did not enjoy my time at all tonight. Your comedians mocked God the whole night, and your head comedian, me, called me out, and I stood up for the offense, and you asked me to leave. I gladly left, as everything they said spoke against and mocked Jesus.
Ooh.
Yes, we are all called." Oh, this is hilarious.
Sounds like an indigenous person.
Yes. Oh, we're not done, by the way. "Yes, we are all called to love everyone, but we are also called to hate the sin. I will never return again. Of that you can be sure of, because in the things we are facing in our world, we can't just laugh at, quote, we have to stand and give an account for all that we accept. I do not and never will accept mockery against our loving Savior, Jesus Christ, who does
but
not
against the gays is hilarious.
who does not accept our sinful nature, but calls us to live according to his word." And then Tom responded with, "You're not you are." And then he said, "You're leaving out quite a few details from your story. You were asked to leave because you would not stop interrupting the show. You were politely asked multiple times to stop and you refused. Love, Tom." And so Sandy was there, and Sandy was behind her about to fucking destroy her. Sandy, if you want to comment on anything, but I don't have jokes about Jesus. So I think Gene, who
you do, but
I mean the Christian rap, but I'm not. Yeah. I wasn't doing that.
But you don't shit on Jesus. I mean, it's like actually.
Well, no, I didn't even do that set. I wasn't doing that joke. And Gene, the host, who's a very flamboyant gay man, but and just hilarious. He's the fucking best. Just lovable and likable. He had something where he talked about getting to heaven, and if he can't get in through the gates, he might go through the back door. Being a gay man. But that was pretty much the only mention of Jesus or God or heaven, I think, in anybody's set.
But who cares?
Yeah,
What if
exactly.
it was loaded with it? Where do everybody? Why does everybody get to think that the comedian's there for them, or that the comedian's like on a pulpit espousing information that you need to follow and live your life by? Dude, they're jokes.
It's wild. It's once again, it's like the whole Chappelle thing. It's like, you want me to tailor my whole act to make you feel safe. Like, that's not what comedy is. You know, It's like, come on.
But as a good example, though, if the paper picked up on this, so somebody at the newspaper or the media, they like were going through Yelp and picked up on this, you know what the title would be? Is J. Hollingsworth has a controversy with the Christian community.
Yeah,
and he's a pedophile. That's what they would throw on top.
No. This is my point, though. This is my point. They would say he has a problem with the gay or with the Christian community. It was one person on Yelp.
Yeah,
but they position it as the Christian community. So now all of a sudden, everybody reading is like, oh, he's got 100,000 people coming after him. It's the same thing with the Netflix thing. It's not about he's offended the LGBTQ community. He gave people the trigger they've wanted to pull that were looking for it, and there's only 20 of them.
Yes, and which is perfect to get into that. And I was also going to say, as she was getting kicked out, I started the or goodbye. Yeah, nah, you know, and everybody joined in. But
dude,
she lied.
That would have made me mad at you. Yeah, I would have asked that they kicked you out at that point if I was in the audience. I've been like, I'm not going to be a part of this.
But you know, like so the only reason I threw in that pedophile thing was that's what they do now with, like, if there's a politician they don't like, they're like, oh yeah, he's a pedophile. He does this. He eats babies. He drinks blood of whatever, and he hates Christians. You know what I mean? Like, that's just what you throw on anybody now to get people to turn against them. You know,
he can hate Christians. See, that's the beauty of this country. You can hate Christians. You can think they're silly, whatever. You can't be, dude. That's the thing. I believe
in God, and I don't like Christians at all.
You can't, dude. You can't make people like you.
Yeah,
I feel like people getting upset about people making fun of Christians is when people get upset about like people making fun of white people. It's like you can do that. It's fine. I feel like it's totally acceptable. I mean, who are we allowed to make fun of if not white Christians?
You can make fun of everybody.
So
everybody is on the table.
This is perfect to get into the whole, like, every time we're like, okay, this is an update on the Dave Chappelle thing, but more and more shit keeps happening. So first, I want to talk about that dude Vito and Dick. So there's this guy, I don't know who he is, I've never heard of him before, but he's got I guess a little bit of a YouTube following. His name's Vito, and his buddy Dick, they went to the anti-Chappelle or the walkout at Netflix, and they had a sign that said jokes are funny and I like Dave, or I love Dave.
Yeah, and they snatched his sign.
They all they were doing is they had those signs, and one of the writer for Netflix comes up to Vito, grabs his sign, breaks it in half, and now Vito just has like the wood pole that it was on. What up, Robert? He has the wood pole that the sign was on. And then this writer from Netflix starts yelling, he's got a weapon, trying to get this guy attacked.
Now you have to understand, when it broke and they grabbed it from him and they got it on the ground so they could get some leverage, and they snapped the flag part off and all that was left in his hand, instantly in that millisecond, they said, he's got a weapon. And the thing was, he had a smile on his face the whole time. This guy is not like a tough guy or a fighter, so he wasn't about that. And he's surrounded by people who are literally up on him, acting like
in his face.
Yeah,
like not even like, you know, you're taught to, you know, give people at least just a little bit of distance. They were in his fucking grill.
Well, one lady was like literally chest to chest with it. Yeah, her hands out, screaming at him.
See, and that's what drives me crazy, because you know why she feels okay to do that? It's because she, in her mind, I'm going to bring it up. This is part of toxic femininity. But what she brings up, but what she does is she knows that she has a protective layer on her, that I can't get hit by a guy. That's where all her courage comes. But then you see all these videos where there's the dudes who don't care because they're nutty, and they handle something, and the girl's like, oh my God, he hit me. Why'd you do that? Yo, dude, because you were acting like a dude. You need to get that protective layer off you. Quit tough guying up. That goes for dudes too, though.
Yes. Real quick, shout out to Jordan and Scotty that just came in here, and Robert. Sorry about that, Scotty, about you dropping your phone on Scare Video.
Patrick, so you're just talking about Dick, though, right?
Yeah. So
okay.
Just Patrick says once these dopes deem themselves in the moral high ground, they can justify any violence or behavior as acceptable, quote, for the greater good. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we were talking about this weekend, but Bill Maher, he had a discussion on this, and he started it off beautifully by, saying, hey, we're all for, the safety and, well-being of, the trans community, but just because you're trans doesn't make you right on every single issue just because you're that, you know what I mean? So,
and I was telling Sean this. I mean, technically, if anybody wanted to have an outrage or not that I think any of us ever would, but Dave says on the special, my problem is with white people.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like so.
But
I mean,
but no, his problem isn't with white people though, right? That's just part of his shit. That's part of his joke.
Yeah.
Now, if any white people rose up and were like, dude, he's being racist and dude, it's not true, right? You have to, but you know that. That's what bothers me and frustrates me is I feel like I have to if I had the person in front of me, I have to convince you of the fact, dude, that he's making jokes. But then hold on, you know that. You already know that. This is dumb talk.
Now, excuse me, the Vito's friend Dick, who had the sign that said "I love Dave" or "Jokes are funny" or whatever, he had a sign also. Excuse me. One person comes up and tries to grab his sign and is like in front of him, so he's still holding onto his sign. So now the guy's, it's almost like he's hugging him from behind because he's
there's a woman first. Yeah, no, there's a woman first. It's the same one, and she gets right up in front of him, facing him with her arms out, right? And she's actually, they're bumping their chest against each other. This old lady, and so then you see the same guy who grabbed that other sign. You can catch him in the back of the video, and you see him over there, and he's like looking forward, but then all of a sudden he looks sideways and he catches a glimpse of it, and so now he sneaks, and you can see him on camera the whole time. He sneaks over. And he gets like Jay was saying, he gets in between now. The one dude's holding his sign like this, and the guy comes in between it and facing that way. So now they're both facing this way, and the guy
it's like a
is holding
Titanic pose.
Yeah. And so then people come over and start attacking that dude.
And to where do you want to keep finishing it?
Yeah, so they come over, a bunch of other people come over, and one dude, the one guy yells out like something about he's getting strangled, or the other dude's like, you're strangling him, and he's clearly not strangling the guy at all. And so this dude who's yelling that comes over, and not the one that grabbed the flag, but a new guy, and he checks Dick, into one of those huge concrete metal balls you see decorative outside of buildings that stop cars from going through, and smashes his head into it. And they, I think Vito got a little bit exaggerative, but he's talking about some brain damage is happening there. I think he might have got a concussion because he was he hit it hard. But dude, these are Netflix people. These were, like we talked about, I think last time, man, they're high school, college dorks that never had a voice, and now they're the worst bullies that exist.
Well,
that's what they are.
I told you, my example was that these are people that didn't play team sports in high school, and now this is their team sport, is trying to get somebody canceled. And it goes back to the old saying, "Sticks and stones can break bones." They went from keep your fucking hands off people. They went from these jokes have hurt us to now they're actually physically hurting people.
And I think we just need to have this in our society. Like, 10 years ago, people were protesting, like hardcore Christians were protesting, music back in the days, like trying to get rid of Marilyn Manson. I feel like this is just the same thing. It's just a newer version of that.
Right.
It's just,
Yeah. Wasn't it? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
It's probably like it's a growing population, I feel like. And it's like that whole woke culture is this new religion, and they just want to be a part of it because they want to be in line with people, and they also want to punish other people. It's like,
it's
control,
weird,
man. It's control. It's gross.
One thing that I thought was really good that Mars said was, what did they say? Like 1,000 people who were part of that group, like trans or whatever. But
there wasn't.
Shouldn't,
I saw
yeah,
it, there wasn't.
but also shouldn't the the real news headline be how many people like Netflix has hired that are trans, and all this stuff. So it's like,
and their content. Yeah,
their
I
content.
agree.
Well, so speaking of content,
there was more people at the Women's Chicago parade for winning the WNBA championship than there was at this Netflix thing.
Wow.
Hey, and remember that. And look, that doesn't.
There was more people on the bus, the team.
There was more people driving the bus.
Well,
hey, hold on, real quick though, just to put this out. And this goes back to what Dave was talking about in the special, which I actually have watched 3 times now, and I think it's one of the best specials. I didn't think it was one of his best when I watched it once. When I watched it again and really dissected it, man, is it great. And I just sat and listened. I just listened, and it was awesome. But here's the thing he says in there, and it happened at Netflix the other day. You act like a minority until you need to call the cops.
Yeah, that was a great line.
And that was a huge, huge line that they replicated in real life.
Yes. And San Francisco 49er girl said someone said that where was the upset from the employees when they had that movie sexualizing little girls? I mean, yeah, how many thousands of movies? Oh, God, I don't even want to get started on that. Nobody Likes Onions said, Gatsby said that bad men are the rule, not the exception in her special. No men demanded her special come down. You're getting hate tweets for hypocrisy, not because you dress like Drew Carey. And speaking of that, she's
done too, by the way, which I love. I love that she canceled herself because she told Ted Saronis to go fuck himself, and it's over for you. You're never doing Netflix again.
I hope they fucking just burn her shit. Anyways, speaking of that, the walkout, the organizer of the whole thing that wanted, that was upset. She's a black trans woman. And she wants. She's
a very pure soul, though, right? She fights for.
Keep going.
She fights for the rights of all groups of people. She's very articulate in the way she feels deep down in her core. And Jay's going to talk about some of her really super deep thoughts in her core right now that will support what I'm saying about how thoughtful and eloquent she is.
Oh, you mean the leader's racist tweets?
Oh,
dude. Yeah, I'm fucking trying to find him here.
While he's looking for him, I'm going to say this, though. Everybody in chat right now, or all those people who are listening later, it is your job to propagate this information out to your friends, whether it's through a remark you make on social media or a conversation you have with folks in your room or at work. Let people know, because, dude, nobody's talking about this. I have searched myself for mainstream media to see how they're describing this story, and none of it includes all of this when everybody else has to go through that. They need to tell the whole story here.
So this is from Ashley Marie Preston.
Another Preston ruining shit.
Here's one of her tweets.
That's a Morgan Preston reference for everybody that's listening.
Here's one of her tweets. Latino and Asian businesses need to stop being rude and fucking disrespectful. And I know it's a lot to ask in California, but speak fucking English.
Okay, and honestly, that's the lightest of all. Like, if you're like, come on, get ready, here they come. That's the lightest.
Yeah, I'm trying to fucking read it. This Asian N-word in Subway got a fat ass. He almost looks like bitch from behind. God. Just broke my phone on this Asian bitch's head. I have Asian friends. Oh, whoa. I have an Asian friend. I have Asian friends, but they some motherfucking weirdo sometimes.
Well, if you got some Asian friends, you can say Asian N-word. I think that's the rules.
Can I? Here's another one. Almost got hit by an Asian in a BMW as I crossed the street. Yes, I know what you mean, but the important thing is that we didn't say it. Okay.
Jesus.
She's got some bad ones. These are all actually pretty light, dude. She's got some pretty.
Here's one. I don't do Mexican, Asian, or Samoan. Okay. Just cuss that Asian bitch clean the fuck out. You mess up my order and then blame me, bitch. Never order again.
Wait, what is this again?
This is the person that organized the Netflix walkout that was so offended as a trans woman what Dave Chappelle said.
Girl.
These are her tweets.
She needs
Yes.
PC Manny. Can you imagine that if I just like blanket like after like all of her tweets? Well, what she meant by this was actually that the Asian ass is a quite round ass and very nice ass. You know, like what he said.
Yeah, Jordan said it's because nobody wants to talk about it. When it comes to subjects like this, the press will sweep it under the rug and ignore it. It's not good news to them. And where do you get it? Fucking right here on the HWP. We won't back away from it.
It is fascinating.
Nobody
though,
likes
because
onions.
it's like when you look at all the like even on Rotten Tomatoes, right? It's the official fucking critics that are giving it a 45% on Rotten Tomatoes, but everybody else is giving it a 95%.
Rolling Stone is digging in on this pretty hard, saying that Chappelle, you are canceled. Understand that.
Oh,
yeah. There's New York. Who was the?
He didn't sell
Tony
any tickets to his last show.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
18,000. It was all fucking fake.
There's another one that just Dave Chappelle's intent doesn't matter. Jon Stewart. They're replying back to something about Jon Stewart made a remark on it, and that's from IndieWire, of course. But it's funny because these people didn't watch the specials either. You know,
exactly.
that's been a consistent thing.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And then Chappelle's response. So,
it's just you know.
So
brilliant.
Basically, the gist of it is he said that the organizer said that they invited him. They didn't, and he said he would have came if he got an invite. So he said, here's what I'll do. I'm willing to meet with you, but I'm not bound to any demands. He was like, I said what I said. He's like, my demands are this: you can't meet with me unless you watched the whole special beginning to end. And there was
on my terms.
Yeah, you'll meet on my terms. But the best was, and you have to admit that Hannah Gadsby is not funny.
And that's all those are completely reasonable.
Oh,
any sane person
true.
Would agree to all of them.
So funny. Who's reading Rolling Stone anymore? What up, Adam? Adam's in here.
Yeah, it has, by the way. Rolling Stone. You know when it was, Adam? Rolling Stone lost it when they went from a big magazine down to a small one. That's when it all changed.
What's the GOP thing? You put that, Sean?
No, I put that. So actually,
What?
funny enough, Rolling Stone had an insight that the January 6th, insurgency thing. Yeah, it looked like it was actually helped. I guess a few House GOP members had helped with organizing that and had talked to some of the people who actually bum rushed. So.
Yeah,
but I don't think anything will happen to him. In order to get somebody out of Congress, you got to have 2/3 vote, and that's never going to happen. So maybe a slap on the wrist for those people who actually met with people and talked. So we'll see.
Oh, dude. By the way, Sean, Sean, do you have any PSAs?
Dude, we're only 34 minutes in, bro. We don't ever do them that early. That's not how it. Dude, a show you got to build up
PSA
stuff. Oh,
is this your PSA?
Yeah, always
another.
No,
that was a private service announcement.
Sean, Brian Laundrie is dead and found.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Did you see
that didn't turn out well, did it?
They found his dirty laundry.
I'll give it to you.
No, you have to. Come on. That's great.
Welcome back, Tyler.
I think. Hey, just real quick. It's just and this is all I'm going to say. Probably not, but this is all I'm going to say right now. Is the thing I just don't like about it is the people are martyring her now, and I think that's the wrong message because we should learn from this as a society of what happened. These are two volatile people, and one of them are going to win. And they beat on each other. They, had a completely toxic relationship. And we should all gather from this that if you see that, get out of it for yourself. Don't stick around to see what bad thing's going to happen. The thing that sucks is he's the one that won. But let's not martyr her.
Yeah,
whatever.
martyrdom.
Keep it, yeah, because now all of a sudden, man, I get inundated with all this Gabby Petito stuff, and I feel terrible that either of them are dead and that either of them were in each other's lives. That sucks because they both dug each other to an ultimate end, and now they're both dead.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
So if she were Tyler, if she were Native American or if she were Mexican or if she were black,
Indigenous American.
Or sorry, indigenous. My apologies. Would this have made the news as much?
It is kind of crazy. Like, how many dudes murdered their girlfriend this last weekend, and we're just talking about this one dumb bitch?
Yeah.
You know what it is, though? You have to admit, though, if you take the full context of it, like the coronavirus stuff happened, a lot of people got into van life. That became a popular subject in itself. Now you have these two people who one of them is pretty good looking, the other one looks like her great grandfather. Got into had this van, had a YouTube channel that you could go see. There was all these pieces of it that really brought it, I think, to a interesting story.
They're just happy that somebody was murdered not by a police officer for the first time in forever. So they're just like, let's run with it.
Good-looking girls get covered, though, dude. Good-looking girls get covered. I mean, that right in a lot of different areas, and that just feeds right into again to more feminine toxicity, which we'll talk about that later more.
If only more people got killed by police violence, then maybe we'd have a better society, I guess.
Jesus Christ.
PC Manny?
We just want to say here on the HollingsWorthless podcast that our hearts go out to those who have been lost to police violence, and that one day we will overcome the hatred and racism that has entrenched our police in this society. And we pray that, going forward, we keep fighting the good fight. Back to you guys.
Nice. Hey, San Francisco, can you figure out if you can? Will you figure out who that is?
Yeah,
I
the
think
username.
I heard another one where this it was like another white guy, but he killed his wife. and
the usual.
The usual.
What about the black guy that just shot up the school last week, though? We talk about that.
Whoa,
it did happen.
That's rare.
I know, right?
That's usually a white.
But
man.
he was. You can't tell me people watching or listening right now are like, "What did Sean just say?" Right after Manny came in with this white dude, and I'm like, "What about the black guy?" And then hold on. I get it.
Oh man, this shit is real out here in these streets, man.
Did you guys see the picture of? And I haven't verified it or anything. It's one of these things I saw kind of glancing. What up, ends in here. It was a picture of Brian's dad with a cop, and the cop looked like Brian.
Who
the conspiracy theories.
That again. No, he's dead. He was dead for all the time they thought he was underneath the garden. He was dead.
Didn't they mistake his mom for him at one point?
You could.
Yes, they did.
Okay.
Yes. By the way, the most prolific serial killer in the history of the U.S. was black.
I mean,
really?
He was like the Tiger Woods of serial killing.
Wow.
Or the Jordan. Yeah, it was this dude. I don't know if you can see him.
What is that? Your screensaver? Just to remind yourself you're better.
Samuel Little.
Oh, okay.
Samuel Little.
I've been watching. I've been watching a documentary on the biggest serial killer in Korea. Did you guys see this new documentary that just dropped on Netflix? This dude killed over like 130 people.
Jesus.
Wait,
insane.
who is this?
Some Korean guy, man. Like Koreans, they do it big. You just never hear about it, and then they just blow it up.
Well, he also has a bigger
audience.
amount of. Yeah, there you go.
The thing but see, this is the part we always miss with these stories. What did they do?
What were they wearing?
Just because we're talking about TikTok, I just want to give somebody a treat. If you want to go watch this channel, it's this channel called. Hold on, it's called Nephew, and his byline is cleaning the streets. So it's at Nephew. He's cleaning the streets, and what he's doing, and he shows you the whole thing happen. The chicks on TikTok doing their thing. He does a screen grab, a link, figures out who their parents are, and says, "Hey, is this your daughter?" And then he puts the thing, and he puts part one is doing that, and part two is the reaction from. And dude, their TikTok's got a hidden side, that I didn't know existed. That's
really
next level.
Oh yeah,
next level.
Like porno or
yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
or the after effects, dude. Girls like to take trophy pictures, bro, and it's a weird thing to send. And imagine you're a father and get that sent.
Whoa.
You're like, huh? Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Well, did you? I mean, this is along the lines of TikTok and all the social media horse shit. Did you see the Instagram model posing in front of her dead father's open casket?
Makes right. Surprise though.
You know what though? Like, so Crystal has a friend, or had a friend, who she is no longer friends with, who was like this
over there.
Was this like, all right? It was this beach body, you know, and was all about beach body and gaining like followers. They had a mutual friend that she told, "Oh yeah, your mom died. You should use it as like a thing to boost your followers."
There you go.
And
man.
Crystal was like, "That's fucking gross," and she was like, I can't be friends with somebody like that. It's fucking.
There we go, dude. See?
Wait.
What's this?
Is that the wow?
See the casket behind her?
Yo,
that is her
wait.
dead
Are you?
dad.
Does it have a? He's a soldier.
Wow.
It's got a flag over it.
Looks like it was a pretty
it does.
unattended funeral too.
Oh my god, dude!
How embarrassing.
Jesus.
You know what though? When a flag is ruined or in a disrespectful state, you're supposed to burn it. So I say we do.
Cremate the dude.
Speaking of
burn that whole room up.
Speaking of deaths, gosh, the Baldwin shooting on set.
Dude,
fucking crazy. I mean, reminiscent of Brandon Lee. You know,
Yes.
Yeah.
Like,
If this wasn't a mob hit, yeah.
So, okay, this was a buddy of mine presented me this question. So, if you're Baldwin's PR guy, what do you tell him? We'll say from the beginning, not now, because he's already made a statement. What would you? He's called. It just happened. Baldwin calls you. You're his PR guy. What do you say?
All right, who are we going to first?
Wait. So you mean like Baldwin just called me? He's like, "Yo, I just shot this director on set. How are we gonna spin it?"
Yeah. What's your advice? Tyler, you can go first.
Baldwin.
Tyler's like this. By any chance, Alec, do you have any indigenous blood in you?
Don't worry.
We have an angle.
We'll find some. Don't worry. We'll find it in there. Some about like Baldwin really dives into his murderous character.
So just own it.
Just method acting to the core.
Oh my god, Sean!
Oh my god!
You find out that's actually the fourth person he's killed, but it's the first thing they talk about because it's a woman.
It's the first because it's a woman.
It's the only reason they bring it up. Yeah, dude,
a white woman.
I tell him to shut his mouth for a minute.
That's what I said. That's what I
dude.
said.
Because the thing I don't, and it's weird. And you guys all notice this, like when somebody dies, like a family member or a close friend or somebody. Okay, somebody dies. Period. Then a friend or a close family member or something gets on their social media and starts saying some stuff. And what always strikes me weird is you read these things and it never comes across right. It's like, you know, he was a really great guy and I'm really sad right now and condolences to his family, you know, and rest in peace. And I'm like, God, that was real stale. That if he shot a minority, would it even make the news?
Fucking Adam is fucking hilarious.
God damn it.
Oh my god. Yeah. So wait. Yeah. I'm
yeah.
with you.
As a traumatizing event for Alec Baldwin.
Jesus
Oh
Christ.
my god.
Alec Baldwin traumatized today on set, and then you start reading.
No, and then it says,
Yeah.
minority jumps out in front of Alec Baldwin. Bullets to draw a gun.
Yeah. Puts bullet in gun.
Yeah, Alec Baldwin stands his ground.
Oh my god.
That won.
You win.
See, Manny?
I can't even PC that. Sometimes here on the HollingsWorthless podcast, we just want to say sometimes funny is funny. Okay. And
Thank you, dude. Exactly.
This is who we are. We're comedy first.
Yo.
Fuck, I think
he stood his ground. That was funny.
What would you do, Manulus, if you were his PR guy?
I think I'm freezing. I'm freezing.
You are.
Am I freezing up?
You look like.
Wait, come.
Okay, so now when you
Am I
say
frozen?
it, just be really sneakily voiced. Okay. So
there you go.
Oh, you're back. Shoot.
Well, you're like, you're fucking.
Wait, am I back?
Are you on
No.
dial-up? There you are. Now you're back. Well,
I must be.
we
Nope.
can hear you. So just, I guess, talk, and we'll hope it catches up.
Okay, now I'm back. I think so. Yeah, no, I'm with you guys. Just I would be like, look, I don't want you tweeting. Don't tweet for another don't tweet for a month. Don't tweet Don't take any interviews. We'll set up an interview when the time is right. Let's just see you. Just get with the husband and the family. Make sure that they're okay. And, let people film you from afar, just doing the right thing. Be at the funeral. You
definitely want to be far away filming. We see what happens if you're up close.
So I mean, oh God, but it's fucking crazy, man. Like you seeing all these people talk shit about him, like Candace Owens and all these other people who are like, bringing up old tweets and is like, oh yeah, this motherfucker shot somebody, and I'm like, dude, somebody's fucking dead, and that's where you want to go. But we live in a fucked up world, man. I guess the one thing you got to remember: Twitter isn't real, so you don't always have to read everything that goes on.
And you know what? That's I heard that again. It's a callback. So the Chappelle's special, and he's like, dude, I don't care what people think because that place isn't real, and that's something you have to keep. Remember, it is not real. It's not a real place. Things that are said on any social media do not matter.
Exactly.
Don't matter. Yeah. Doesn't matter.
Man, do you go back to making that movie, or do you?
Yeah. What do you do?
That's a good call. I mean, like, if the movie's half done? Because here's another thing too. I feel like at some point you kind of have a responsibility to the rest of those people who were getting paid on that, right? So,
or if you the least you should do is be point blank with them and say, look.
For the second half of the movie, you just see Baldwin.
The least you should do
every time he shoots somebody, he's just streaming tears.
You just missed an amazing joke.
Anytime these people are talked to, you need to be point blank with them and tell them the truth.
Shoot them straight.
Thank you. Don't look. We're all in this world together trying to dodge bullets. I get it.
I've got nothing.
Thank you, Adam. Thank you.
Did you guys see about the Walmart family is trying to privatize water, starting with the Colorado River?
What? That's fucking crazy.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Companies should get their hands on control of elements like that.
Yeah. You know what I will say though? Like, I don't know about, like, first off, nobody should be able to privatize water. But you know what? You guys pissed off Bill Gates so much. This motherfucker was finding a way to desalinize water. He was being able to take fucking salt water from the ocean, turn it into drinking water. But no, you had to bring up all that old shit about
Kevin Costner.
You know what I mean?
So, wait, did he just give up on it?
Owns a company that does
he does.
that.
Oh,
yeah.
Shit. See?
Yeah, and he was in that all
Kevin
was a
Costner?
Yeah.
Does he want like a water
world?
You both know at the same time that was shit. See how easy that was?
At least I put it into a joke for him. He just goes, Water World?
I just knew where you were going and I called it.
It was during that Katrina thing back in 2005, and the government was starting to give them some cash. They had to figure out how to get people water out of the ocean. So it's just a desalination. Pretty fucking pretty brilliant.
Dude. What's this museum gave an artist $84,000 in cash?
Oh, this is pretty cool. I put this in.
Okay.
So there's this museum who paid these people $84,000 cash. I'm trying to see if I still have it. I don't have it in my thing anymore. So, but I'll tell you this: you have it.
Yeah. It's in the topics thing.
Did I put it in there? The links.
Yeah.
Okay, here I got it.
Okay, while you guys are looking at
the title of it's great. I'm gonna let you do it.
All right, here it is. Ready? A museum. I'll just read it. A museum says they gave an artist $84,000 in cash to use in artwork. Well, yeah, I don't want to read all that because it'll give it up. So here we go. So this is a Danish thing, of course. It's either over in Daneland or Florida, of course. Every weird story. So this museum gives him $84,000 to do this piece of artwork, and so he comes back with 2 blank canvases, and he says, "I call these take the money and run." But he's not being funny about it. He literally is like, "This is my art," and part of the art is that here. He was asked to recreate 2 of his previous works, one called An Average Danish Annual Income and another one called An Average Austrian Annual Income, which sound like just fire exhibits to go look at. Both used actual cash to show the average incomes. They used real cash. So this time they gave him that amount of money to then use that cash. There you go. And there it is.
Crazy.
So they said, you do need to pay that back. And he's like, nah, I'm straight. I'm gonna go ahead and keep that. And so then they're like, okay, well, we'll keep your paintings up, but when this is all over, we would like you to, give us the money though, at least when it's over. He's like, nah, I'm cool.
And I mean,
so that's
art is up for interpretation. So is there legally they can't do anything, right?
Yeah. And with all this hype, it actually might be worth more now.
Yeah, seriously.
With the graffiti artist when he like shredded his painting.
Yeah, look at that.
Mm-hmm.
That
nonsense makes it more expensive.
It just sold for a huge amount of money, man.
What's this in the chat? Scotty trying to
holler.
Oh, okay.
What I wanted to get you guys' opinion on.
She's
this.
from San Francisco. Area. I thought she's. Where are you from? Obviously, she's from San. Never mind.
Was it Hunter Biden? No.
What were you gonna say, Manny?
I was gonna say, how do you guys feel about Kyrie Irving not playing because of vaccinations?
Fuck him. He was fucking shit with the Celtics, so fuck him.
Yeah, man. It's wild to me that you're missing out on how many millions to make a point. But I mean, if you don't, I don't know. I guess if your job has requirements and you don't do it, that's on you. So.
And again, we already said, man, this is a flat earther, so he's not the smartest dude.
Exactly.
And not a role model. And by the way, Adam, I would, I hear what you're saying there in your sentence where it says the things I would do for $84,000. The things I do with $84,000 would probably make your head spin.
You have probably 10s and 20s of those.
30s.
How many BMW 720i's can you buy with that?
So many. Not the kind I drive, but for the average people, a lot.
Well, your shit's all custom.
Of course it is.
Gold interior. I think it is time now for an SP or a PSA. A PSA.
Here's a PSA for you.
Public Sean announcement.
Do yourself a favor. When you're cooking pasta, throw salt in that boiling water. Changes the whole game.
Ooh.
And this has been Manulus.
Another Public Sean announcement.
All right. Tyler, you took your dog to whatchamacallit? When do you have
school?
How long?
2 weeks. I get him back next Tuesday.
And how much are you paying for that shit?
$84,000. Quite a bit.
Not you don't want to say? You don't want to say?
I don't want to admit it. I'm paying 2 months rent. How about that?
Holy fuck! Like $600.
You paid $40,000 for that?
I'm glad you guys know
your rent, not mine. Sorry. Go ahead.
Wait. What's that thing on the door? That black thing?
Whoa, dude!
Whoa! That is. I got my whole place is decorated for Halloween.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a little skeleton thing.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like a weed burn, like on the doors.
Yeah, I dropped my bong on my door back there.
It was super high.
Is it legit? Back to your dog thing. It legit is 2 months rent.
Yeah, 2 months.
Why are you asking for yourself, Jay, for your dog?
No.
I know. So you know what this is? The cost of my dog that I bought, and I bought like a purebred dog because I wasn't allowed to adopt because they have standards for that. But anyway,
you like your dogs like you like your races.
No, my dog plus the school still cheaper than your dog.
Is it?
Yeah. Well, after we've talked, I think you actually got a discount, but whatever your dog would normally cost.
It's so nice to see people who actually take care of their dogs and get them trained and treat them with respect because we know some other people who don't.
Ruben? Is that what you're talking about?
No, I was talking
his
about
dogs
you.
hated him.
His dog is dead now, anyways.
Well, Sandy got
Is it really?
I think so.
Nice.
Look at Sean.
Oh, that's hilarious. God, I bathe in his pain. I bathe in his pain.
Jesus Christ.
He's celebrating the death of a dog.
Rubens.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say Sandy can attest to how great Wrinkles is because we all went out to lunch when I was in Phoenix, and we went to a dog friendly place. Brought Wrinkles, and he just chilled there. Island 32 on what is this? I did stand up at the Island 32 on Geary Street. Okay, cool. Interesting.
Hey, can't be mad at Scotty. He's shooting a shot.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
man. Yeah,
Oh,
we're
my bad.
watching a guy shoot a shot.
I thought he literally was just telling all of us. I thought he was like
dude,
from
definitely.
Ireland, and he's like, I did stand up in Ireland, guys.
We're watching this play out in real time right now.
Yeah. So
He's spitting
here
game on
let's try and hook this
San
up. So San Francisco 49er girl, are you single, and what kind of guys do you usually date?
Maybe we should send them links.
Dates her
and
husband, and so
we should bring them on the show right now and work this out for them.
Send him a link.
Oh shit, Wrinkles just barked. I was there. Oh shit, I was drunk. What? Oh no way. Okay, hold on. Okay, they know each other. All right, you guys can fucking take that shit off.
All right, we're less interested.
That shit's crazy though about the and so when you get him back, he's supposed to just be able to.
He's a service dog at that point. Like he is a full-on service animal. Like he'll walk. Like the guy's sending me video updates of him every day. Now he's like walking without distractions. Like he's not running around. Doesn't jump on people. It's
wow.
Awesome.
Dude, it's so crazy because my mother-in-law always used to try to lie about how well trained her dog was. Like this dog had no training whatsoever, but we were in like prison visiting my brother-in-law at one point, and she was like, oh no, he's a perfect service dog, and he's taken all his classes. And Crystal called her out. She was like, Mom, no, he hasn't. The guard was like, if you bring that dog in here, you will never be allowed back. She was like, well, he's almost there, and we were like, no, he's not.
And you were thinking about getting rid of that dog.
Me?
Oh yeah, Tyler.
Yeah, dude. I mean, there's so many times. Like, I feel like people don't understand how frustrating a dog or a child is until you have one.
Or
I don't
a cocker
understand
spaniel, dude. That's
the cocker
another
spaniel,
level.
for sure.
Yeah, we had a couple of those.
Patrick Melton, sexual harassment in black and white.
Yeah, I didn't want to get rid of him. I didn't want to buy a new one. So, but I'm like investing the money in the dog. I'm investing in that because we have like another 12 years together. So
Yeah.
Not longer.
Right.
All right. We got to start wrapping up. So Sean, you have anything you want to plug or anywhere you're going to be?
I'm going to be in Vegas first weekend of December, but more to come on that. Yeah, otherwise, dude, I'll be back here next Tuesday. Excited for a new show.
Nice. Manny, I was talking to Thomas.
Oh yeah.
He was featuring for me, and good dude, great dude. And he was asking about when you were going to be doing stand up next, and I was like, I don't know.
2022, baby. I will be back. My newborn baby will have a full immune system, so anything I bring home, that motherfucker will be prepared, son. Probably 2022, and I'll probably be featuring for Jay. Or let me host first before get my shit back together. And get
Do you have anything anything on the books yet, or just you're like it'll be 2022?
Probably 2022. I mean, I'm sure I could go open for Jubal right now, and do that shit. But
who couldn't? 2022, by the way, is literally what 2 months and a week away.
Yeah, it's like 2 months away.
Soon.
Yeah, so he'll be like 4 months old. So
I knew it. I was gonna ask it. I'll ask it in a second though. Tyler, you have anything you're gonna plug?
Next
Dope shows, buddy.
Yeah, just remember November is the Indigenous American month. It's the whole month of November, so I want to
be this guy now.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
So we can all celebrate on the 6th by coming to the Dope Show at the Factory Lux in Seattle.
All right. Do you want us? Should we wear any certain type of attire that you would prefer?
Headdresses. I'm gonna send you all headdresses.
I got this pilgrim outfit I was gonna wear.
A poker mount?
Pilgrim.
Oh, pilgrim.
A poker mount.
I was like, a poker outfit? That works, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. Before we sign off, here's what my question was. I was going to ask. And Sean, you have to come up with one. You're not going to want to. Tyler, I'm sure already has. Halloween. What are you going to dress up as, or what would you dress up as if you gun to your head? Sean, we'll say that, and we'll start with Tyler, so you have a second.
Perfect.
So I am dressing up like Link. I'm dressing up like Goth Link.
Like a gothic Link from Zelda?
Yeah.
Or the missing Link?
Like from Zelda. I'm dressing up like Link from Zelda.
Nice.
Because
All
I
right.
have a dress up party that day. I'm gonna dress up like it all day though.
Because I have a dress up party.
Manny, what would you? What are you, or what would you dress up as?
Probably not dressing up this year. I'm too exhausted and just been changing shitty diapers. So I probably, if I was going out, I would want to go as Dolomite. You know what I mean? And
Nice.
Yeah, have that 70s pimp look. So.
Are you jealous, Sean, because you couldn't dress as Dolomite?
That's what mine was. Now I got to come up with something different. Yeah.
When was the last time you dressed up for Halloween, Sean?
I have no idea.
30 years.
I mean, no, not that long. I'm sure I did.
The girlfriend days. Probably.
Yeah, probably in my 30s. I did. Like that was probably the last time. And it probably was 2009, actually, if I think about it.
Okay, so there's a gun to your head. You got to dress up this year for Halloween. I know you're not going to, but what would you do?
I would dress as God, I have the punchline in my head. I just got to figure out what the setup is now. Shit, that sucks.
Do you want me to go, and then you can try?
Yeah, go ahead, because I'll get it. Yeah.
Since you won't listen.
Now it's gonna suck though.
So I was gonna go as Jason from Friday the 13th. I got the coveralls. I got this long machete that's like a fake machete. And I was like, oh, this is great. And then I got the mask. And then I put the hockey mask on. And I was like, oh, I wear glasses. I'm a fucking idiot. so then I was like, well, I could go as Michael Myers, but I don't want to just do a traditional Michael Myers. So I am going as Michael Myers. But I'll have the coveralls and the machete, but I'm going as Michael Myers, who played Austin Powers. So I'm going to have an Austin Powers wig, the teeth, glasses, and then I'll have the.
I would pay money to see.
Well, you're going to. That's what I'm doing for Halloween. I got it
with glasses under it.
Oh yeah, fucking.
That's so funny.
Over.
Do you know what sucks about that is it's a really smart thing, and in order for people to really get it, you're gonna have to explain that long story maybe 23 times on Halloween.
Jason gone blind.
No, but it's Mike Myers, and it's the same like Michael Myers, right? And now I brought them together. No. So this is Austin Powers.
I love those. Have you ever seen like an Ash Wednesday, or like a
Ash from Dead? Whatchamacallit?
Evil Dead, and then like Wednesday from Addams Family. I love it when people cross those over.
So Sean,
that's what I wanted to go as one year. I wanted to go as Jules from Pulp Fiction with the the shitty afro, but then have a lightsaber and do the cross.
That's pretty good. Sean,
I think I'm gonna go as the pig boy from Pulp Fiction. That's down in the basement of the gun
the
shop.
Gimp.
Yeah, the Gimp.
That wasn't your joke, though. What was your joke?
No, it wasn't. It was.
I'm gonna dress up as Zed then.
Dress up.
Yeah, it won't be funny if I explain the punchline.
God damn it.
Yeah, look. That's
everybody would be like, I love American Horror Story.
Goes Ruben's dog.
Oh.
Ghost.
I'll go as the blood clot that was the stroke that caused the stroke in Ruben's dog. So I will be the death knell of Ruben's dog.
And on that light note,
let's just be clear. He is an evil human being. This has nothing to do with his dog. Everything to do with him.
Can I just say the most evil thing I think he's ever done?
Yeah, go ahead.
Was when he took money from the guy who had crushed his leg in a car accident, invested it in a company, and then when he tried to get his money from the investment, he was like, "Oh, I don't know anything about that." So,
see, dude, and the worst, I know we're ending. The worst thing he did to me is where I was the one bringing all the comedy to his place, and then one day he backdoored me so much that he had me in the green room on a Wednesday night begging him for a job to work in the kitchen, and him telling me no. Yeah. Ruben's a great human being.
And nobody knows who the fuck we're talking about.
Nobody ever will.
So I'm so angry right now about this. This is not a good thing to start up. Piece of shit.
All right. Well, first, thank you everybody for tuning in to the chat, the live stream, and I fucking didn't plug what I think I'm pretty free this week. But I got dates coming up in Washington. Yeah, I'm doing podcast shit this week. But next week, starting Saturday, what is this? What the fuck is this thing that I'm at? I'm doing Laugh After Dark, November 6th here in Vegas. And then that following week, the 8th through the 10th, I'm at Brad Garrett's. 11th, 12th, 13th, I'm at Tacoma Comedy Club. 14th, back at Brad Garrett's. Until...
And let's figure it out, bro. I got you.
Did you say you're at Tacoma Comedy Club November 13th?
Yeah. You have a dope show?
That day.
Wait. Hold on. Yeah, I'm there. Okay, fuck. We'll talk.
Hey.
All right. Until next time, Tyler is probably
super high.